And so I did a study abroad in the Middle East with Israel and Palestine.
Would you say you're pro-Palestine or pro-Israel?
Pro-Palestine.
As a gay man, I would be punished and or put in prison or killed if I were openly gay in Palestine. How do you react to that?
I didn't know that. So
It is illegal to be gay in Palestine. You are punished by prison or death.
Israel?
No, Israel has gay pride. Israel is completely open to lesbian and gay people.
So
Palestine puts them in prison or kills them. You weren't aware of that?
I was not aware of that, no. So that does pose an interesting aspect.
Have you seen the Queers for Palestine movement? It's a very common movement, but I don't see any Muslims for Queer movements.
Yes. That's where it gets gray, right? Like, that's where I feel
well,
like...
for me, it's not gray. I am fearful of Islam because there is no Islamic country on earth that embraces me as a gay man.
So, okay, so maybe I'm confused because Israel, which is still an Islam country, right?
No, Jewish.
And the thing is, there's also this hypocrisy, which I noticed from my own side as an ex-Muslim, where you have these non-Christian or ex-Christian atheists who go out and talk about how bad religion is, but then when the topic of Islam comes, they're like, whoa. Hold on.
Isn't that wild?
Let's not be bigoted. Let's not be Islamophobic. It's like, wait a minute. So we have Christianity, the culture that led to your having these freedoms and this beautiful life and all that. And you have issues with this. You have anger and all that directed at this religion. And then we have Islam, the religion which is the most oppressive religion in the world, the most destructive religion in the world, that is also threatening to take over your society. And you're like, oh, we don't want to talk bad about that.
Now, why in the world would the wokie dokies side up with the Muslims? After all, the Muslims, throw them off buildings, the gay people and the LGBTQ plus, I don't know, whatever people. They kill them. They want to take away their rights. They want to utterly annihilate everything the left stands for, and yet the left sides with them. Seems kind of incongruous, don't you think? But also, and probably a more important question, the one that I don't ever hear anybody asking, is why would Islam side with them? Well, if you're familiar with the principle that states that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you will understand the unsavory love affair between the left and Islam. This is the principle that explains why the left is reaching out and clasping hands with Islam, and vice versa. This common foe is the Christian worldview and everything built on it. The left wants to build a socialist utopia where people will own nothing and be happy. So it believes, and rightly so, that Christianity is the most formidable obstacle against the socialist dream. Therefore, in order to overcome the hurdle posed by the Christian worldview, the left is willing to get in bed with Islam. In its war against Christianity, the left sees Islam as a natural and capable ally. And this is just insane, because the left, the Christians, the Buddhists, the Jews, the atheists, everyone should come together against Islam, because Islam is the enemy of all of them. But no, it's not working like that. They want to sacrifice their principles for short-term gain, and in the end, it's going to come back and bite them on the ass. The only bad thing about that is going to bite me on the ass too.
Kirk runs here. And,
you guys have a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Don't debate this guy. I see you have a keffiyeh and a trans flag.
Indeed.
Do you think that you'd...
The site told me not to debate you, man.
Would you survive in Gaza, do you think?
Hey, look.
Personally, I think they'd throw you off a building. What do you think would happen?
Most original fucking right-wing talking point.
Wow, you got me. I'm dead. You destroyed me. Oh no, not your words.
You haven't answered the question.
I've been destroyed.
Hey, look, dude, I'm telling you, the fucking sign. The sign
powers.
says I don't debate you, man.
Do you think that the majority of Palestinians would support you and your identity?
You're eradicating me right now.
Do you see the sign?
I'm being destroyed.
Are you afraid to have your ideas challenged?
Now, in addition to their both opposing the Christian worldview, there are some other commonalities the left and Islam has as well. They both are united in their clamor for absolute submission. Another front on which the left and Islam are united is their demand for absolute submission. After subverting institutions like the family, education, sex, media, and popular culture, the left wants nothing short of complete homage to its deviant ideology. Just like the left, Islam also tolerates no question or debate. As a religion that literally means total submission to the will of Allah, it reserves the worst punishment for dissidents. Hell, the Quran actually said that you should never ask any questions. Just right out and says it. Don't question authority. Don't question your imam. Don't question your mullah, whatever they call them. Just do what you're told. And after all, isn't the left like that as well? If you question their ideology, you get canceled, and you lose your bank account, and no one talks to you, and they exclude you from polite society. So actually, in that respect, they're very much on the same page. Next, they're united in their aversion to freedom of thought, speech, and belief. The last and biggest commonality between the left and Islam is their aversion to freedom of thought, speech, and belief. As long as the left perceives the Christian tradition as its main obstacle, it will continue to court the support of Islamic groups, even if it means overlooking the contradictions inherent in this relationship. What they're neglecting to consider is that the Muslims, on the other hand, once they get a sufficient population, will actually start killing folks. And it'll mean a war, a real war. And in a real war between Islam and the wokey dokies, I think it's a fair bet to assume that the Muslims would win. These people have no idea the Trojan horse they're letting into their borders.
And the Muslims are both going to Texas, because if you can change the voting patterns of Texas and turn Texas blue, that's the end of America.
Yes.
That's it. There's no more Republican Party ever from that point. They've already got California. Texas has got the next biggest number of electoral college votes. The left are putting billions of dollars into Texas. The Muslims are flooding into Texas. That is exactly as Robert says. It's a stab at the heartland of America, but it's also taking the electoral college map into full account.
I would also say that, when you talk about mosques springing up, this is, especially in a place like Texas, which is rather big on football, baseball, sports of all kinds. The old adage, if you build it, they will come. So this infrastructure is being set up not to serve an existing population in a place like Texas, but a coming population.
Obviously, this is all about short-sightedness, the willingness to sacrifice the common good for the reward of short-term gains. The left hands Muslims immediate rewards. Open borders, welfare pipelines, victim status, moral cover, while the right still clings to at least a fig leaf of Christian-inflected cultural identity that Islam explicitly wants to replace. And on the other hand, the left gets a fast-growing voting bloc that will reliably outbreed and eventually outvote the legacy white population. The Muslim bloc gets foot soldiers to chip away at the remains of Christian America. When the demographic balance tilts far enough, the alliance evaporates. Every history book on Islamic conquest spells that out. So it's a transactional marriage. It's not an ideological love story. Hell, I even heard a Republican here in Texas the other day talking about trying to get the Muslim vote. Can you believe it? I think more than anything, this revolves around ignorance as well. You ask a homosexual why he's for Palestine and supports Islam. He'll have a sign that says, "We are all Muslims." You ask him anything about Islam, and he doesn't know the slightest thing. He just believes the lies that the Muslims tell him. And likewise, the right wing, too. They don't know anything about it. They don't know how evil it is, how satanic it is. Now, history is replete of examples of this madness, and I'm going to give you 3 of them. They're pretty good ones, but there's tons more. But let's start off with the Iberian Peninsula. In 711, the Wisigothic nobles, they were squabbling. They were fussing and fighting, and Count Julian, one of them, they invited the Muslim general Tariq to cross the Strait of Gibraltar to help him settle some kind of local score. And the Muslims, they weren't out of Spain till 1492, over 700 years. They conquered Spain, and it took over 700 years to root those sons of bitches out. All because this guy Julian just wanted to sacrifice security for some petty short-term gain. Next, Lebanon in 1975, continuing till today. The Maronite Christian left forged alliances with the Sunni PLO coalition against Israel and the right. Maronites were Christians. Sunni numbers exploded via Palestinian influx. Shia numbers via birth rate. Today, the left's own parties can't field candidates in Hezbollah districts. And the Christian share of the population of Lebanon went from 60% to 30%, and it's still falling. You can't make friends with these sons of bitches. You can't. They'll smile at you, and they'll lie to you. They'll pretend to be your friend, and all the while they're hating your guts and wanting to stab you in the back, and they think that's a good thing. Next, Iran in 1979. Thanks to Jimmy Carter, we have this problem till today. The Tudeh Party, the atheist Marxists, teamed up with Khomeini to oust the Shah, the king of Iran. Once the mullahs had won, Tudeh cadre was arrested and executed. Islam swallowed socialism whole. You can't carry a scorpion across the river on your back, because he'll kill you. He'll sting you. You know, they have 6 different ways of lying. Imagine a people who have lying down to such a fine art that they have 6 different ways to do it. Think about that. Now, there's still time to stop these loathsome monsters here in the United States. But we're going to have to get off our ass and get it done. And if we do it, it'll be despite our leaders, because our leaders just want votes. Just want votes. And, you know, they're susceptible to being bribed by countries like Qatar. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
So ridiculous. These same mosque leaders are the ones that call the police on us when we go into the main hall. Like, that's how absurd this alliance is. And we see through it. You know, this, Yasmin, you will not believe it. The daughter of the founder of Darul Hijra Mosque has now won a seat at the school board here in Fairfax County, Virginia. She didn't vote for the 9/11 resolution that honored our first responders. Her dad literally hired Anwar al-Awlaki, the Al-Qaeda imam who got killed by a drone when he finally fled the United States. And guess what? That mosque has preached, the imam, he has preached female genital mutilation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that is the alliance they have created.